Hello everyone, happy Saturday. This is the alternatives to the May paper pumpkin kit called A Kit in Color. And let me just bring out this is what the kit actually is intended to make, and we did that a while ago. I don't know, like 5 days ago or so. So this is the alternatives, and I'm doing this in collaboration with Stmpgrl, Stmpgrl, who is Paige. I'm a demonstrator. She's not a demonstrator. We both love getting the paper pumpkin kits and seeing what we can do with them. This month I'm doing something a little bit different. I'm going to share with you 6 cards. Actually, I had originally said 5, and then one other special project. Now I do have other projects made, but I am going to do those in a private video for only my paper pumpkin subscribers. I'm going to email them a link to an unlisted video, and those projects will be only for them. So if you would like to see more of my projects for paper pumpkin, subscribe to paper pumpkin under me as your demo, and then you'll have access to those. I'm going to try that at least for a few months and see how it goes. If nobody is interested in that, then I'll stop it, but for now that's my plan. Probably for the rest of this year I'll try that, see how it goes, and yeah. So, and if you sign up now for next month, you won't be able to get this kit, but I will still send you the alternative link. If you sign up for June's and actually pay for June's, you'll get May and June's video links. Okay, so here we go. This is the first card, and actually it was like the third project I did, but I'm gonna do them a little out of order. And this one, I just actually learned this fold the other day. It's not hard at all. It's a standard A2. I put it on thick whisper white. And what I used for this, and then what you do is you score at 4 1/4. It's 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. So you score at 4 1/4, and then you score at 1 1/4 and fold that flap back. Now you can leave that open if you want, but I glued it down. These pieces here are from one of the envelopes inside, so I just cut a sliver off the sides of the envelopes. Now this flap here is white, and I saved that, and I stamped the You're Amazing in Melon Mambo ink, because I don't have the magenta magnet. I don't have any of the new inks yet, except for Misty Moonlight, which I did use on several cards. But you can see it goes all the way down into the bottom there. So I got some strips out, which I think are 1 inch by, let me see. Yeah, 1 inch by 5 inches. 1 inch this way for both of these by 5 inches. And it's a 5 1/2 inch card. And then this was one of the labels out of the kit that they used in this card here, this Oh Happy Day. That seems really blurry to me. I apologize. This is a strip of Magenta Madness paper. And then, like I said, I stamped You're Amazing on the white piece of this envelope, and I'm going to just cut it out to fit that strip, and it goes over to here, and then it's blank inside. But these, I used the little sparkly, I call it, these things, which in this case I use sort of like flower stems, so they're like stems and flowers, or sparklers you could call them. And I also did use this, and I stamped this design in crushed curry. The orange is pumpkin pie. I used Highland Heather and Melon Mambo, and I kept them full strength on this particular card. Some of the others I didn't, and I'll talk about that. And then I just put 3 of the embellishments that came in the kit, which I absolutely adore. I would love to see more of those. They are so fun, and I used quite a few, and now I'm at hoarding point. So that's card number 1. Forgive my mat, but you can see it's a little messy, and this is partly why. So I had more of the envelope left, and if you look close, there actually is a seam there, but it's all hidden except for that little tiny bit. So this was like the flap, and this was the part of the bottom. And I took a piece of Whisper White, actually, plain Whisper White, and I stamped the rainbows that came in the kit. We got a big one, and a medium one, and a little one. And I stamped them in Melon Mambo, Pumpkin Pie, and Crushed Curry. And I did it 4 times, and then I used the little flower thing, and I used the Misty Moonlight and stamped them around, I thought, and I stamped You're Amazing right on the white in the Misty Moonlight, and that was in the kit as well. I like that particular one. It's a nice big sentiment. And then I brought out the Shimmery Crystal Effects. I have a little trouble with it because it leaves a little string. So anyway, you'll see little strings on here. But anyway, I covered over those Misty Moonlight little designs, whatever they are, with the Crystal Shimmery Effects. And then I just thought I needed some other dabs of it. I'm not crazy about how that turned out, but anyway, there it is. And then inside here is the very, very tippy of the envelope flap in the orange as well, and just another piece of Whisper White, and this is on Magenta Madness. So that's the second card. I tried to make my cards this time such that if you know, because I know if you're not a demonstrator, you don't have any of these new supplies, so you could use Melon Mambo for this because that's the inks used here, and it would be perfectly fine to do that. However, I went with Magenta Madness because that's the color in here. Now on this one, I used the this design again, and I stamped it. Actually, what I did is I stamped it off onto a scrap sheet, and then I stamped it to make it a little bit lighter. When you stamp off Melon Mambo, it looks pretty close to Magenta Madness. Otherwise it's much darker. I don't know if you can see the difference there. This is a brighter pink, and that's a darker pink in the Melon Mambo. Excuse me. So I stamped off and stamped, and I made rows of this all over. Then I used a piece of the vellum in the kit, the rectangle, and then I took one of these. My objective here was to have the cloud at the bottom of the rainbow, and so I didn't want this all the way, you know, on here. So I cut it to, oh gosh, I think it's like 3 3¼ yeah, 3¼ and then the height is the same, which is 2 3/4. So this is 2 3/4 by 3 1/4. So I had a little piece left, and I did use that, but you will not get to see that. That's going to be in the other video. Okay, this cloud I stamped Happy Birthday. Now that was out of the A Grand Kid set right here, and I stamped it in Crushed Curry. This will be available June 3rd. I love this set, love it. So I stamped that in the cloud, and I bumped that up on dimensionals. Here's the little cloud, and then I just put 3 of the embellishments on, and inside I just put a piece of Whisper White. So that's card number 3. Okay, for the next one, I took 3 of the clouds, all 3 sizes, little, medium, and big, and I took a piece of Whisper White, I think. Hang on. Yes, I did take a piece of Whisper White, and then I used Seaside Spray and one of these brushes I tacked those clouds down very carefully with just a little bit of regular tape, rolled up a little bit, because the oh, here, like this kind. But I would suggest if you have reusable tape of some kind, do that, but I didn't have any. So Seaside Spray is what I used, and I put a scrap of paper underneath, obviously, and I went over that background piece with the Seaside Spray so that the clouds would just be pictures behind it. And then what I did is I cut one of these, I have one left of these card fronts, in half, and I used the back behind here, so I cut that down to about 5 I think it's 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. I layered the Whisper White on top, and then actually this is a piece of Just Jade that I actually already had a scrap of, and I used the Retiring Starburst punch. I stamped on a piece of Whisper White scrap, Hay with the Misty Moonlight, and I punched that out with a 2-inch circle punch. Now it did cut off a little bit of the Y stem and a tiny bit of the H, but it's okay. I think it looks fine. And then this is a new ribbon available June 3rd. You could use other navy or whatever you wanted to use. This is Misty Moonlight, and it's just called the 2020 to 2022 in color ribbon, a 1/4 inch. And I tied a regular bow and stuck it down with a glue dot, and then 3 of the green and blue little whatever those are. And then inside I had a tiny little strip of green left from that card. So outside says Hey, and inside says You're Amazing, and with the strip of green. So I thought that came out good. So then I had 3 clouds with the Seaside Spray on them. So the next one uses one of those clouds. So I just took the other part of that card. Oops, hang on. Sorry. This card, and I cut it down to 5 1/4 by 4. And then I put one of the sheets of vellum, which is a full sheet like this. I laid it this way, cut off a little piece, so there's about a 1/2 inch or 3/4 inch strip I have left of that vellum. I tacked that down in the middle with snail, actually, because I didn't want the, you can see a little bit right here it shows, but most of it doesn't show. I did use the Just Jade, the new ribbon available June 3rd, but again, you could use Shaded Spruce or something like that would go fine with it, or a blue. And then I just simply stamped You're Amazing in, I stamped off Shaded Spruce one time, and then stamped You're Amazing on the cloud that was in Seaside Spray, and then I spritzed it with Shimmer Frost White, what's that stuff called? Shimmer Frost White all-purpose ink. It comes in this little bottle. It's carrying over, and I mixed it, I had it mixed with some rubbing alcohol, and I have like 90% alcohol in it. I mean, oh, let me see what it is. I don't even know. Yeah, 91%. And they say not to do that, but it works fine for me. So I just spritzed it all over and made it shimmery. I don't know if you can see there you can see the shimmer. And then I just put 3 of those dots on again. So this one had 2 green and a blue. This one has 2 blue and a green. And then I wrapped the Just Jade ribbon around the card before I glued it down, and I did a fake bow on here, which now wants to twist. Okay, so that's that one. Move some of these out of the way. And then the next thing I did, which actually was the first thing I did because I was having trouble getting started with cards, is I brought out one of my the Stampin' Up mini pizza boxes. I think that's what they're called. Anyway, they're the ones without the windows. The ones with the windows discontinued. So then what I did is, this is, I don't have any more of them, but this is the small envelope that went with this card in the kit. It had a pink envelope lining, and I cut it. I cut a square, and then I cut pieces for the sides, and I did it so that the stripes line up with the stripes on here on the two sides, and then the front goes this way, has a tiny little bit of the envelope glue on that one. And then what I did is I took one of these colors. To me look like, what did I just do with that? Here it is. They look like sherbet, or you know, like ice cream or sherbet, or Skittles, which might be what ends up going in here. So I fussy cut this out around, and then I used one of the crushed curry labels to be the popsicle stem. So we have a sherbet popsicle. I used to love, I still do actually, the orange sherbet with the white ice creamsicles. So I used to love creamsicles. So it sort of reminded me of that. And so I laid that diagonally on the box. Now I did bring in a different stamp, which is from So Sentimental, which is available now. I used this Yummylicious, and I used, I put it on the dies that go with that are the Stitch So Sweetly dies, which are carrying over. Both of these are carrying over. I don't know that they'll be bundled. I think they were bundled before, and I don't think they are going to be going forward. I stamped this in pumpkin pie, and then this is some of the twine that came in the paper pumpkin kit. So we have a cute little goodie box. Well, I can't open it because I have it tied. A cute little goodie box that has, and you could put a gift card or something in there too, with a little bag of something, sprinkles maybe to go on the ice cream. But then a gift card to an ice cream place. Wouldn't that be fun? Yeah, a gift card to Rita's maybe around here, and some little sprinkles or Skittles or something would be really cute gift idea for that. And then after I cut this, I had these two ticket border pieces, and there's even perforations. So I actually trimmed them just above the perforations. And I took out one of the little purple posy color cards, and I did use something that isn't available yet either, and this is from the Memories and More cards that are from the Flowers and More, let me get the right name for you guys if I can find it. Flowers for Every Season, Memories and More cards and envelopes. And this is one of them. It says Embrace Today, but it has a lot of purple posy in it, so I thought that went well. I bumped that little card up, but what I did is I took those two strips. I had to lop one off here, and I glued them to the back of the Memories and More card, and then I popped that whole piece up on dimensionals. Used a little piece of the twine here, and 3 of the little things, and this one is sort of hiding. There's a seam there where I overlapped the two, and that's sort of hiding that a little bit. And then for the envelope, there's the pink envelope that I used for the box, right? All I did was I took the little flower thing and I stamped off with Highland Heather, Shaded Spruce, and Melon Mambo. And you can see those colors, when they're stamped off, look pretty close to the colors in everything here. So that is the last card I have for today. I tried, like I said, to keep them fairly simple and also to use things that were available now. So I had a lot of fun making these, and like I said, I made some more, but that will be a separate video. So please go check out Stampgirl. I know she has a lot to show you. I'm like, I'm feeling kind of bad, guys, because I know she has a lot, and she's an amazing card maker. So I can't wait to see what she has made as well, and let her inspire you, and then come back and buy the products from me. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you the next time. Hugs, love, and peace. Oh, and the link if you want Paper Pumpkin is down in the description box below. Thank you very much. Bye for now.